How do you feel about Newsom?
First of all, I love him. You just like a guy or you don't. I've known him for a long time. I wouldn't say I'm undertaxed. One reason I want him to run for president, well, is because he's obviously a winner.
Define a winner.
Well, he would win the election.
Oh. If that's how you do it, then
Shut up.
Newsom is fantastic,
This is
Bill.
stupid. You're better than this.
Really?
Bruh, what are you smoking? Hey fam, welcome back to One and Done. Bill Maher is joined by Patrick Bet-David on his Club Random podcast. Now, I'm a huge fan of PBD. His life story as an Iranian refugee, coming from hardship to entrepreneurial success, his family values, and his positive, infectious mindset. Now, Bill Maher, on the other hand, is a real oddball. He loves smoking that wacky weed and he has some wacky political takes. And when it comes to TDS, Bill Maher is the GOAT. Patrick Bet-David is naturally inquisitive, a quality that makes him a great interviewer. And for those who watch the PBD podcast, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, Bill Maher can be funny, and he does have his moments. However, I find he tends to overspeak his guests, particularly when it comes to getting the responses he's not after. And when it comes to TDS, that's next level. So PBD is going to ask Bill Maher what he thinks of Gavin Newsom, and Bill Maher's response is going to shock you. And make sure you stick around to the end because Bill Maher has an interesting solution for Hamas and how the Biden government can utilize their skills. Maybe for the infrastructure bill. Bill, solving world problems? Roll the tape.
Do you like Newsom? How do you feel about Newsom?
Had him on my show Friday.
I saw that.
And first of all, I love him. You just like a guy or you don't. I've known him for a long time. He's done my show for a long time. Do I love everything he does as the governor of California? No, I don't. I wouldn't say I'm undertaxed. Yeah, I have issues with this state. He's a guy. One reason I want him to run for president, well, is because he's obviously a winner. This guy could fucking do it. It's insane that we have the guy, but we can't run him because we have to tiptoe around Biden. And
define a winner.
He's a winner. What has he won, Bill? He's won the race to homelessness. He's winning the race to empty the state out. Drug addiction. Companies leaving the state in droves. High crime rates. Lunatic policies. And you want him to spread this across 50 states? When he's butchered one of the most beautiful states. He's turning it into a third world country. It's unrecognizable. Anyway, PBD is going to get him to expand and explain.
Define a winner.
Well, he would win the election.
Oh, so
he would win the election.
So he's a talented debater, speaker, communicator, deflector.
And politician. And he's a smart guy. He's a smart, real guy with a pair of balls.
And actually, I don't think he's actually a very good debater because he got his ass spanked by Ron DeSantis. He got it spanked so bad that Newsom's wife had to pull him by the ear and say, let's get out of here. This is getting embarrassing. Just to get an idea of his mindset, you have to check this clip out.
I want everybody to plan, look down the road 6 months. Yes, your husband lost his job. That's why you need to sock away some money when he's gainfully employed. Yes, they foreclosed on your home. That's why you need to have a network, a community, friends, family members, money put away.
I got it, but think about it,
Don't have the kids.
Half of African Americans in the state of California, roughly half of Latino families, have no access to a checking account or an ATM. Things we take for granted. They don't have a checking account.
What's wrong with them?
And well, because they don't have the resources to sock those things away.
Why do we have them?
A lot of different reasons, but roughly half those families don't. And where do they
Why
end
do
up?
Armenians have them?
But where they end up is in check cashing places.
But I want to know why those groups, why those two groups don't have access.
Well, a lot of it just happens to be that we can talk
they're
about.
Flawed?
No, they're hardly flawed, but they're struggling.
Genetically
Folks are making
flawed.
their word. Hardly, not absolutely.
But okay,
not.
Do Asians have this problem?
I mean, a lot of communities have. A lot of whites have these problems.
Oh, so that's not just black and Hispanic.
No, but
why did you bring up black and Hispanic?
Because the magnitude is ominous.
But why so many of them?
It just happens to be the magnitude.
That's the way God planned it?
Not at all.
Well, what happened to them?
There are a lot of issues, and that the communities are struggling. A lot of new immigrants. Struggling? A lot of different reasons. Lack of opportunity.
Have been here. Blacks have been here longer than we've been here.
Well, we can surmise.
What about Asians? They were put in internment camps.
Yeah, in fact it all initiated out of San Francisco. And the Chinese Exclusion Act came out.
So
Are they the check
cashing
a lot of Asians certainly do.
Oh, so why don't you conclude them?
The only reason why is the magnitude of
There's
the problem.
so many more.
The magnitude and percentage.
But there's no way to figure out how that happened.
We could talk about it. You know what I'm dealing with? I don't want to have a sociological debate.
Sure, why would you?
No, here's why.
Why would you want to do that? Because the person from the Times wouldn't write good things about you if you did that.
No, that's not the case. Because I
You
want to
don't
deal
want
with
to get into
reality.
that.
No.
You want to deal with reality.
I want to deal with the reality of people
is.
that are struggling. People are suffering. I want to deal with the problems in
Why
a pragmatic
are they
way.
struggling
I don't
and
want
suffering?
an idea. We can hold hands and surmise about all these
Why
underlying
are they?
reasons.
I don't want to do that. I want to know why they're struggling. Why are they struggling?
A lot of folks are struggling because they can't find
Why
jobs.
blacks and
because
Hispanics?
they're working.
Why blacks and Hispanics?
Across the board, all
Why?
socioeconomic.
Okay, so everybody.
Everybody's struggling.
So Asians are suffering just as much as blacks.
The face of welfare is not an African American family.
So it's Asian, Jewish, it's all of them.
Caucasian. It's a
Okay,
lot of
so
folks
we're all
in society.
struggling.
He's a smart, real guy with a pair of balls. Do I love everything? No, you never do with a politician. But first of all, I think if he ran for president, it'd be great because it would force him to move to the center. Now you're running not just in California. I mean, this is California. It's weirdo.
Are you a results-driven guy?
No, I like to think, watch things fall apart.
I mean,
of course
you wouldn't build a show that you build and win at the levels you won, for decades if you weren't results-driven, right? I mean, you're Bill Maher.
What do you mean? Well, what's the point about
so
results?
That's exactly where I'm going with you. So results-driven guy.
Right.
What areas has Newsom won in? You said he's a winner.
Winner of the election. He could win the election.
But based on what, though? Do you want results? Like, what has he done to California to say he's a winner?
Oh, God.
So win the election, Bill. Okay. And then what about the next 4 years? That doesn't really matter just because he's won the election? What about the policies? What about the substance? What does he stand for? Where's he going to lead the country to? And the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So if we look at how he's governed California, oh, hell no, we don't want that.
I don't know. It's too...
Bill, you're a smart
guy. You know what?
guy.
He made it rain, okay, dude? It wasn't raining.
Someone you said that. He said, great job.
It wasn't raining, and now it's raining. So he's got my vote.
Okay,
you know what?
Respect. I mean,
I don't know. I don't follow the news. That's a character
Bill,
I play on television.
Don't deflect. You're a very smart guy. You're a very smart guy.
It's a character. I actually live with my delicate wife, Sue, and our 8 homeschooled children. We just had twins, Sean and Hannity.
So this is a perfect example of Bill Maher. Now, he's not married. I don't know if he's ever been married, but he likes to lead a loose and free lifestyle. He's not responsible for anyone. He's never been responsible for his own children or anything like that. And he's coming from a perspective of an elitist. He's not going to have to worry about how much chicken, eggs, milk cost. He could literally go buy a farm tomorrow. And because he doesn't have a wife and children, I don't think he has that actual sense of responsibility. He's still a teenager. And like a lot of his arguments, I feel as though they're a facade. There's nothing of substance behind them. He's got a man crush on Gavin Newsom. Now he wants him to be president. Let's come. Come on. Seriously? Get a grip, control that man crush, bro.
Don't believe everything you see on TV.
So then what this does to me, this actually makes it easier for me to not even have to have this discussion and just move on to other things we can talk about, is you base your character on your candidate. You base your candidate based on being a good debater, deflecting, not necessarily results. Because
no, I don't.
If that's how you do it, then
Shut up.
Newsom is fantastic,
This is
Bill.
stupid. You're better than this.
Really?
Bill Maher's just getting butt hurt. You're seeing it in real time. This is what he does when he doesn't get the answers he wants to get or the questions. They come back at him and say, listen, tell me a little bit more. Elaborate. Break down your argument, your perspective. He's like a petulant little child. He wants to pick up his toys and go running, yelling and screaming.
I hope so. I don't know. I'm just getting
but I asked you a question.
I told you are. I mean, it's a silly argument. A debater, I can't tell. I've been doing political commentary on television for 30 years. I think I can tell.
We can't tell. We can't tell at all.
When a guy is just debating, or whether make a calculated guess on how he's going to be actually as president. There's two different things: running and being the guy. Do I like it that Newsom is good at the running part? I do, because that means he can get elected. Do I also think that if he got elected, he would be a good president? I do. Generally moving the country in the right direction. I would like to take him back a little toward the middle, but, you know.
A little.
What, though? Based on what?
Well,
this is the guy that wants to come and take your kids if you don't affirm their gender. This is the guy that wants sexual explicit books in your children's schools. This is the guy that wants to force you to purchase expensive electric cars. He wants to force you into everything electric so you can't use gas cookers anymore. He wants to take away all your choices. Now, for a man like Bill Maher, he can just, you know, grab his millions, pick them up and move anywhere he wants. But for people and family that are struggling week to week, they can't just do that. They actually need to know a little bit more about the policies, because these policies are going to affect and have an impact on them and their families and their futures.
Well, you know, California is just a kind of a crazy, you know, can't do the taxes, the graft really is what is the, I was asking him about that. He says they're attacking it. The red tape, the graft, the fact that they can't build a fucking homeless home for less than $900,000. They couldn't complete a fucking high-speed rail. I'm going to say on my show Friday.
Can someone play this back to him? He's speaking out both sides of his mouth. He's just given us all the reasons why Gavin Newsom would be a terrible president. Someone make this make sense.
It's controversial, but Hamas, let them come over here and build our fucking tunnels because we cannot get it done. No, I'm serious. It's a win-win. If they would like renounce and say, we will not attack Israel, we will hire you to build infrastructure. These people know how to build a tunnel.
Yeah, that's
I mean.
All right, now this explains to me exactly why he likes Gavin Newsom. He likes nonsensical ideas and policies, because 10 million illegal migrants is not enough for him. So Hamas are great at building tunnels. So he thinks Gavin Newsom can take Joe Biden's Build Back Better to the next level. Build Back Better 2.0, the infrastructure bill. I think he rolled that joint a little too tight, folks.
They've been building a tunnel on the east side of New York since 1972.
You can hear your guys laughing listening to
Wowza. Bill Maher just wasn't ready for that. PBD's absolutely exposed him and his lack of knowledge and depth and thought into what policies make a great president. Now, the funny thing is with Bill Maher, when he's talking to people from the left, he actually sounds quite sensible. Whenever he talks to someone that has conservative beliefs, perspectives, and qualities, he sort of has this knee-jerk reaction and he reacts without any real thought. And he's been absolutely found out here. Now, he was arguing for Gavin Newsom, but what he did actually was undo his own argument for Gavin Newsom. And the icing on the cake was, hey, let's bring Hamas in to build our tunnels. Build Back Better, the infrastructure bill. Now, there's no question Patrick won and Bill Maher got done, dusted, and busted. Let me know what you think in the comments. As usual, I will look through them and respond. Now that's it from me. If you want to help a brother out and get us to the 1000 sub club, make sure you hit the like, smash the subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I will catch you in the next video.